Rangers journal.
Well, welcome to the Rangers Journal. My name is Kai Watson, and today I'm going to look at 5 left centre-backs I think Rangers could sign this summer. Obviously, the signing of Pröpper's expected to be kind of announced in the next couple of days. He can play right side or left side, but I've decided to kind of focus on the left side. We obviously have currently Ben Davies and Clinton and Ciala as a left-sided centre-back. But I don't know if he's going to be ready or going to get much first-team action this season, so I decided to focus on the left-hand side. Pröpper obviously can play there, but he may also play on the right. He's comfortable with both feet. So with him and Suter potentially playing on the right hand side and Balogun as well, I decided to focus on the left hand side. So these are 5 centre backs I think would be massive improvements to the left hand side for Rangers over Ben Davies and Clinton and Ciala. So let's get started. First player we're going to look at is one that I've profiled on Twitter over the summer. I did a thread on there, a left sided centre backs I thought Rangers could look at, and he was on the list. So Mike Eerdhuijzen, hopefully I've done that justice. 24-year-old Dutch centre back. It's an absolute colossus at 6'5", currently plays for Sparta Rotterdam. Transfer market valued at 1.1 million. Looking at his key stats for last season, 19 appearances, 15 from the start. Scored 1 goal, 86.3% pass accuracy, 57.6% long ball accuracy, 1.5 interceptions per 90, 3.14 recoveries, 58.8% tackles, 1 per 90, 62.4% duels won, and 65.5% aerial duels won. Obviously, Big Mike, as I'm going to refer to him now because I don't want to butcher that surname again. Absolute colossus at the back, 6'5". Obviously, left side, you look at the kind of percentiles on the right hand side there. 84 percentile for touches, 94% for chances created, 95% for defensive action, 71% for goals, 54% aerial duels won is just because of the volume of aerial duels won. You look at the percentage there, 65.5% is really high. You'd obviously expect that from someone at that height. But the best thing about him is probably his ability on the ball. He's so comfortable driving forward with the ball coming out from defence. Passing numbers are really good, kind of exactly what we want, apart from you get what you want footballing wise from Ben Davies. I mean, you can criticise Ben Davies all you want, but footballing ability is not something you can really criticise him on. The biggest criticism is that he gets bullied by Scottish strikers, he gets run ragged a wee bit. You're not going to get that with Big Mike. He's going to be a good matchup for those kind of forwards that you play in Scotland, the likes of your Curtis Mains, obviously Theo Bears left, he absolutely bullied Rangers at Ibrox last season, but the likes of Miovski's not going to get his own way against someone like him. He's going to be physical, he's going to be aggressive in the tackle, aggressive in the air. I think he's a brilliant option. He was linked to Birmingham at the start of the summer, and I'm sure the fee quoted was either 2.1 or 2.4 million euros. So you're looking at that somewhere just around over 1.5 million. I think would be an absolute bargain from a player that's still 24. Get good experience playing the Eredivisie, and I still think he's got a couple of levels that he's capable of stepping up. So I think he could be a bargain and a brilliant option for the left hand side of the defence. Next one we're going to look at is maybe the most unrealistic one on the list. It was an €8 million bid rejected from last summer from Wolfsburg. But Filipe Relvas, 24 years old, Portuguese, 6'4", plays for Porto Menense. Transfer market having valued at just under 3 million. So look at some of his key stats. 32 appearances last season, 2 goals, 3 assists, just under 80% pass accuracy, 39.5% long ball accuracy, 1.86 interceptions per 90, 3.79 recoveries per 90, 57.1% tackles 1 per 90, just under 60% duels 1, and 56.8% aerial duels 1. Can play left side of the defence, can also play left back. Again, very comfortable in the ball, good going forward, really good deliveries, a really good crosser of the ball. He's obviously played left back and can play left wing back as well. You just look at some of his percentiles as well, 82nd percentile for defensive actions, 66% for aerial duels, won the 93% for chances created, with 0.5 chances created per 90, which obviously when compared to other centre halves is really high. But just because his ability and confidence on the ball that he can drive forward, he's good at those kind of passes that break the lines. Again, something that Ben Davies is very good at. So Relvas kind of gives you that as well. He's quick, good bit of pace, good turn of pace, strong. He's obviously very, very highly rated. The fact that teams like Wolfsburg were looking at him, and when he was younger as well, I'm sure he was linked to clubs like Chelsea as well. So he's still at Porto Menense just now. Again, transfer market valued at just under 3 million, but if they were rejecting bids last January of €8 million, he's got 2 years left on his contract, so I don't know how keen they would be to sell now. Again, Rangers is obviously step up club wise. Playing in the Premier League is a higher level than Scottish football, obviously. but I think he's a player capable of being able to play in the Champions League, the Europa League. I think he'd be a brilliant option. It would just obviously be price dependent on him. I've not seen much in terms of bids for him this summer because I kind of had a look earlier on. I've not seen much in terms of teams looking at him to sign him now. So Rangers could maybe swoop in. And again, we're looking for quality. If we're going to be selling the likes of Cantwell still, Hadji, Dessers, we should have a bit of money to play around with that. And I think investing it in someone that's 24, that's been that highly touted and has that level of quality, you're probably going to be looking at profit a couple of years down the line. So I think it's a smart investment. And again, he just adds quality immediately. So that's why I think Filipe Relvas is a good option. Even to South America for the next one, if you've watched these videos before, you know I love to throw a South American in there. So Nicholas Meriano, 23 years old, he's Argentine, 6'3", currently plays for Belgrano. Transfer market having valued at 1 million. 13 appearances, 12 starts, scored 1 goal, 75.8% pass accuracy, 43.5% long ball accuracy, just under 1 interception per 90, 3.21 recoveries per 90, 53.8% tackles won per 90, 57.1% duels won, and a very impressive 66.7% aerial duels won. Look at some of his percentiles as well. 85th for chances created, looking at 75th for duels won, 76th for defensive actions, 76 or 78% sorry for goals. Again, can play centre half, can play left back, a very aggressive defender. Again, tall, strong. He's not going to get bullied by those Scottish defences, and he's good on the ball. Good again at those passes through the lines, good at driving forward. Again, a very, very confident centre back. It's those modern day centre backs that I've obviously been looking at for this list because that's what we want to see as fans. It's the kind of football that we want to play, but we also need these defenders to be aggressive, that when the ball's lost, they're fighting hard to win it back, and when they win it back, they've got the quality to either make a good pass or drive forward with it themselves. And that's exactly what you get with Meriano, very underrated player. I think obviously transfer market only having valued at 1 million. I don't think you're going to get him for as low fee as that, but I think he'd be an absolute bargain. Look at some of the footage, very strong in the air, and again, like I say, that big strong centre half that's not going to get bullied by physical strikers in Scotland. So I think he's probably the biggest bargain on the list and one I really hope the club will look at. Next player on the list is one I've looked at previously when I was doing the videos for the Euros. So Márton Dárdai, 22-year-old Hungarian, 6'1", currently plays for Hertha Berlin. Transfer market having valued at 2.2 million. Looking at his key stats, 29 appearances, 27 from the start, 1 assist, just under 80% pass accuracy, 46% long ball accuracy, 1.4 interceptions per game, 1.4 tackles per game, 3.6 recoveries per game, and 53% ground duels won and 54% aerial duels won. Dárdai can play left centre back, he can play as a six and he can play as an eight, a very talented player. I know the right hand side's obviously got him listed as a right wing. It's not something I've seen him play recently. I don't doubt with his ability in the ball he'd be able to do it, but playing him there you'd obviously lose his defensive qualities. I don't think he's quick enough to be a winger as well. He's got good pace for a centre back and a six, but I wouldn't say he's got the pace to play in the right wing. Looking at some of his percentiles, so 87% of our chances created, 61 for defensive actions, 73% for shot attempts, only 8% for aerial duels won. Again, 54% isn't terrible, but it's more the volume of duels won, and that's why it's there. It's not the percentage that he wins, it's just the number that he's actually involved in. So he's not the biggest and strongest compared to some of the other ones we've looked at, but he's a really intelligent defender. He's still aggressive, he'll still put himself about. He's just not that kind of aerially dominant centre back that some of the other ones we've looked at already have been. But again, he's a very clever footballer. Like I say, he can play as a six, he can cover in there as well. If we've got enough options, you can move him a wee bit further forward. Just really good on the ball, lovely left foot, just adds a good balance to the team. And I don't think he's going to want to spend another season in Bundesliga 2. Obviously, I think Hertha were expecting to maybe find it a bit easier coming back up, but they're going to be stuck in Bundesliga 2 for another season. So I think he's potentially going to want to get out, and that's why he could maybe be available for a bargain price. Started a couple of games for Hungary at the Euros as well, so he comes with a good pedigree of the Bundesliga experience and international experience as well. Only 22, another one of those players I think you could bring in and probably sell for a big profit. Next player on this one's I think it's a very exciting prospect. Ravil Tagir, 21-year-old, he's Turkish, 6'1". His current club is Başakşehir. Again, apologies if I've butchered that. But he spent the last 2 seasons on loan at Westerlo in the Pro League. Transfer market having valued at 1.85 million. Looking at his key stats, So 30 appearances in the Pro League last season, 19 from the start, 3 goals and 2 assists, 86.4% pass accuracy, 54.8% long ball accuracy, 1.58 interceptions per 90, 3.87 recoveries per 90, 55.6% tackles won per 90, 63.4% duels won and 62.7% duels won. Again, looking at some of the percentiles on the right hand side, 84 percentile for chances created, 96 for goals, 38 for defensive actions, 51% for duels won, 76 for shot attempts. A very progressive centre back, again, that's really comfortable in the ball, comfortable driving forward, good passer of the ball. He was actually linked as a 17-year-old to Chelsea, so that kind of shows how highly he's been touted. He spent the 2 years in Belgium, but he's now back in Turkey. That's why I think it's the perfect time to sign him. He had plenty of experience playing in Belgium and playing Turkish football as well. Really think he's a player that, given the right stage, could be sold for millions in the future. Just really high quality. Again, the duels one, the aerial duels one, really good numbers. Tackles one as well. Good interceptions at 1.58, shows he reads the game well. Again, likes to drive forward, likes to play those passes through the lines, just likes to be aggressive and get the team up the pitch, which is exactly what we need. And he's only 21 years old. This is the one that would excite me the most on the list. Again, I think he's the one with the biggest ceiling. He might not be the best right now, but I think he's going to be the best on the list in a year or two. So I think he'd be a very exciting prospect. Potentially available at a decent price as well. Obviously, transfer market have been valued at under 2 million, so it'd be good to test the water and see what kind of fee we could get him for. Like I say, I think he's a very exciting prospect. He's good just now, but I think in a year or two could be very, very good, and one I'm definitely going to keep an eye on in the future. So those were our 5 left-sided centre backs I think could massively improve that side of the Rangers defence this season. Please leave in the comments what you think of these players. If there's any players that you know yourself, leave them in the comments. I'm happy to have a look at them. If I don't make another video, I might stick a wee profile out on Twitter. So leave some suggestions. Let me know what you think of today's players. Again, if you enjoy the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a great day.